Hey everybody. All right, guys. We're going to make our dessert that is on our meal plan for this week. So if you're in my private group, you have done 4 weeks. We're on our 4th week of our meal plans. And each week I've had a particular dessert that we will have for the whole week. So this week is going to be a lighten up copycat version of Starbucks lemon loaf. It will be we will cut them into 12 slices, or you can do 12 muffins. It's up to you on that, okay? And if you don't like lemon, then this probably is not for you, because this whole entire recipe is lemon, okay? So this might not be for you if you're not a lemon person, but I am super excited about this. So I'm going to get this made up. It takes about 40 to 45 minutes for it to bake. So when I get it out of the oven, I will come back on and show you the finished product. Here is my suggestion. There's quite a bit of ingredients, so definitely get everything lined up. So I already have like the yogurt measured out. I have the flour measured out. I have the 2 different sugars measured out, which I will show you everything. I have the zest that it wants, which I got to use my first time ever, my Pampered Chef zest, because I don't zest a lot of things. I mean, I don't. And so this little tool right here was so awesome, okay? Like so awesome. As you can see, I even saved the lemons for you to see that I zested them. It was so awesome. So I have my zest, I have my freshly squeezed lemon. I have lemon juice here, but then I also have lemon juice here. So we needed about three tablespoons here, and on the icing that we're going to do, we only need 1 tablespoon, so that's why they're separated. So pretty much I have everything squared out, unless I needed to like measure them with measuring spoons, okay? So that is my suggestion. Get everything laid out how you want it. You have 2 options. Okay, listen to here. When you make your glaze, you can either make it sugar-free glaze, or you can make it a regular sugar glaze. This is the points separation. At the very end of it, let me scroll down. This makes 12 slices. If you use the sugar-free, they're 2 points each. If you use regular sugar icing, you're going to be at 6 points a piece, or 6 points per muffin, however you decide to do it. So I today am going to make it all sugar-free, okay? You can decide what you want to do when you make your own, okay? So what we're going to start off with, first of all, you're going to preheat the oven at 350. You're going to need a 9x15 pan. Guess what? I don't even own a loaf pan, but Amazon has them, and that's where I got this, okay? My Pampered Chef probably has them, but I needed it right away because I did not have one. So I said 13, that is not what I mean. That's not what I meant. 9x5, okay? A 9x5 loaf pan. Do not do a 9x13. I have plenty of those. So in a large bowl, we're going to combine the eggs, the sweetener, the non-fat Greek yogurt, and the melted butter. If you don't want to use melted butter, it does give you an option to use unsweetened applesauce, which I have that also, but I went ahead and did the butter, okay? And I used the Land O'Lake butter, okay? Okay, so that is going to go into one bowl. Then we're going to, once you mix that up with a whisk, okay? So there's some couple and key points in this recipe. We're going to use a whisk to make it smooth. Then we're going to add a little bit more to the wet. Then in a separate bowl, we will do a dry mix. Then we will be combining them in a little bit. Now, it tells me whenever I do combine the wet, the dry to the wet, to not over mix. This is what it says. Stir until just combined. Be careful not to over mix. Some lumps may still remain, and that's okay. It is crucial that you do not over mix. Pour batter into the loaf and then bake for 40 to 45 minutes, okay? So we can't over mix. And that always makes me nervous, right? Does it make you nervous? Because it makes me nervous. Okay, so here we go. All right, so here we go. In this bowl right here, we're gonna do the wet. So we're gonna add 3 eggs. The sweetener, first of all, is going to be this. I'm using Swerve, and this is the granule, however you say that. I'm going to use 1 cup. Non-fat Greek yogurt, this is what I'm using, and we're going to use 1 cup of that. Ooh, okay, 1 cup of that. The next is going to be the melted butter. Then we're going to whisk this together and get it nice and smooth is what it says. So the melted butter is right here, and it is 4 tablespoons of light butter, or like I said, you can use unsweetened applesauce. So here we go. We're going to get this combined with a whisk, just like they said. Now, once I get this nice and smooth, we are going to add just a few more items to the wet. Let's read what we're supposed to use. We're going to add the lemon zest, the lemon juice, and the extract lemon. Now, the extract lemon is optional, but I want this to be lemon, okay? So I am going to add that. And also, you add vanilla extract also. This part I can mix as much as I want because you're supposed to get it nice and smooth. So I think that's going to do it, as you can see. Okay, so now what we'll do is add the zest. And the zest is about 2 lemons and about 2 tablespoons. So even if this is not 2 tablespoons, it was about 2 lemons, and that's good enough for me. So there's that. Then the lemon juice that I did, it's about 2 to 3 tablespoons, and it's 2 lemons, so I went ahead and did that. Then the extract of the lemon, we're gonna do 1 teaspoon. I haven't even opened this because I don't normally use lemon extract, so I didn't even open this. And of course it's gonna be like so hard to get it open. And then for the vanilla, it's only a 1/2 teaspoon. Sorry guys, I didn't have everything prepared like I thought I did. Okay, so 1 teaspoon of the lemon extract. And then a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. Perfect. And that is it for the wet. Part of that fell off. Okay. Now we're going to whisk that all together. Then we will set this aside and start with the dry. Okay. I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to bring this bowl forward. And for the dry, we are going to do the flour, which is 1 cup and a 1/2 of all-purpose flour. And for the ones that know me very well, know I only have self-rising flour in my house. Well, for you, I'll probably give this to my mom. I did buy some all-purpose flour, so I don't have to explain myself. And we're gonna do exactly what the recipe said, okay? So I bought the all-purpose flour. That was 1.5 cups of that. Then we're going to do the baking powder. The baking powder is 1.5 teaspoons. Okay, so I'm gonna need to dry this out because I need this measuring spoon that I did the lemon extract. Okay, so it's the baking powder is 1.5 teaspoons. We don't want to get these mixed up because the other one is the soda, and we only need 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. So you definitely don't want to get that mixed up. Okay, so this is the half a teaspoon. Now we're gonna go to the soda, the baking soda, and we're only gonna do 1/4 of a teaspoon. Okay, then after that, it's some salt. It's a pinch of salt. That was probably a little bit more, but it comes out really slow. So it's okay. So we're going to stir that, and then we're going to gradually add the dry into the wet. Okay, I'm going to get me another whisk just to do that. Just to get all that nice and mixed together. So I want to go through, so I've done the flour, I've done the baking powder, I've done the baking soda, the salt, we did the sugar in there, we did the 3 eggs, we've done the 1 cup of yogurt, we've done the 4 tablespoons of butter, we've already done the lemon extract, we've done the lemon zest, the lemon juice, and the vanilla. Okay, so we have done everything at the very top part of this recipe besides combining these together. Okay, and again, I've already sprayed my pan and gotten that ready. So we're going to start gradually adding the dry into the wet. And I'm gonna go ahead and add all of it because I don't wanna over mix it like it said. And if I mix the first batch, then I'm mixing the second batch. So let's just get it all just mixed in one thing. And it says that it can be clumpy, just don't over mix. See, this is the part that makes me nervous. And it's clumpy right now. Okay, I'm gonna lose my whisk for just a minute. Actually, I'm gonna get me my spatula because I'm gonna wanna clean out this whole bowl. And I'm just gonna mix and kind of fold it into here. It does not say fold on there, but that's what I'm doing. And I will show it to you that you can see the clumps that are in here. I probably have already overmixed, I always get, okay. So I'm gonna probably stop right there, but as you can see, there's clumps in there, okay? I can't help it. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and pour this in here. We're gonna bake this at 350 for 40 to 45 minutes. And then we will I'm sure, let me see if it says that it has to be completely cooled down to add the glaze, or if we can add the glaze right away. So I will look at that here in just a second. So there we go. It's in there. So like I said, if you have all your ingredients already ready to go, it goes a lot faster for you putting it together. Okay, so 45 minutes is what I set it at. And then let me just read, be sure to check the loaf at 35, at the 35-minute mark. If it is getting too brown, tint a piece of foil around the top to prevent it from browning. If you are making these in muffins, just divide the batter into the 12 muffin tin. The batter will make 12 muffins and reduce your time to 18 to 20 minutes. Once the loaf is done baking, remove from the oven and allow to completely cool. Okay, that was good. Before removing it from the pan. It says run a knife around the edges to loosen it up. And then you can put it in whatever you're gonna like. Well, it wants us to put it on a rack, which I do have a rack. That's when we'll probably add the glaze, okay? Once the loaf is on the rack, pour the glaze on the top so the excess glaze will run through the rack rather than leaving it impuddled underneath it, to make it wet down underneath. In a medium mixing bowl, and that's when we'll add, it has you mixing the glaze, and then that's it. And then drizzle the glaze evenly over the cooled lemon loaf. Okay, that's it. And then you cut it into 12 slices, okay? So I will be back at the end when it's nicely and cooled down and we will make the glaze. Okay guys, all right, so I finished cooling everything. I did try to do what they said on the recipe, like to make the sides not so brown, but I really did not know what I was doing, but I kind of put it around the cake like this, like, I don't know. Anyways, I think it looks great. This is like very thick, but I think it all turned out just fine. So here is the cake cooled off. Let's make the icing, drizzle that on there and let the excess just kind of drip off of it. I'm so excited. Okay, so just for the glaze, again, I'm doing the sugar-free kind. If you don't want to do that, you can do the regular, but this is the Swerve Convectioner. So I'm going to use 1 cup of that. Then you're going to use 1 tablespoon of fresh lemon juice. And then we're going to use anywhere from 1 to 2 tablespoons of skim milk, unsweetened almond milk, or like for me, I have the Fairlife reduced. Where is the front of it? Here we go. There's the front of it. The Fairlife fat-free. Okay, so whatever you have, there is a little bit over one teaspoon. I'm going to use 1 for right this moment, and I'm going to start mixing it. And we're going to mix some more. It's not pouring out very well. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely going to need two tablespoons. That's the consistency that you want. Oh yeah. Okay, so see how that turned out? That's the consistency. Okay, so now I'm going to get me another spatula to make sure I get it all out of here, and we're going to start drizzling it over. I know I'm backwards here, but I'm left-handed. Okay, so I'm going to start from one end and just kind of drizzle it. I'm just going to kind of start spreading it across. Looks so good. Now for baking wise, I did it for 45 minutes, but then I checked with like a butter knife to see if the inside was done, and it was not. So I had to do it for about 8 more minutes. So total, it was about 53 minutes for me. But every oven is different, okay? So I'm gonna kind of let that icing just kind of take upon itself and just kind of like dry, or I don't even know, but I'm not gonna cut it quite yet. But you cut it into 12 slices, or you could have done 12 muffins, okay? Since I did the sugar-free glaze, each slice would be 2 points. If we would do like the regular sugar, you're looking at 6 points. So a little bit different depending on which way you do the glaze. All right, guys, I hope you enjoy your week for your snack. Okay, I know you thought that I was not gonna come back. I wasn't gonna come back, but I did cut this. So I used my pointer finger, and that's how big I made the slices. And I actually got 14 slices in here. So they're about, here, that's just an end piece. Let me show you what, like, I think they're a good size. So that's about the size that it will be. I have not put it in my app yet to see if like having 14 slices, I'm sure it's still gonna be about 2 points. Okay, now I'm gonna try it. Very good, but so good. I love cold cake, so I'm gonna be putting this in the refrigerator because that's just how I like it. But the sugar-free glaze. You know how sugar-free has like it's not an aftertaste. That's not it. That's not what I'm going with. It has like a cooling taste. That is definitely what you're getting from the sugar-free. So it's totally up to you how you want to make that. It is very good and it is very lemony tasting. I'm going to have just a little bit more actually of this one. Very good. Very pound cakey. It's very thick, dense. I think you're gonna like it. So good. Okay, guys. So I'm gonna store it in my little Tupperware here. Put it in my refrigerator because that's how I'm gonna do it.